here we go. So, my name is Parker Worthington. I am presenting a student grade calculator and a scoreboard for my final project. So, this is my student grade calculator. You notice it looks a lot different probably than what I originally presented. That was because of the feedback I got. So, the original look had 4 entries in the name and 4 entries labeled grade. I've since changed it to create a widget that will create more entries for me. So this is the number of students. You enter it, but let's say you enter nothing, it says input must be numeric. If you enter letters, it says input must be numeric. So let's say 5. Now it gives us a bunch of widgets. Now let's say if we submit nothing, it'll say please enter a name, stop right there, and it will focus set right here on the first name that was empty. So let's go. Sorry, I had to click back in the window. So Joey, and let's just go ahead and enter a bunch of stuff. But we're gonna forget. We're gonna forget to do some things. So we're gonna put a name there, and we're gonna put some text in this one, and we're gonna put Billy again. We're gonna have a second Billy. And we're gonna have this one be 75, and this one be 65. They're going to be 55, and you're going to be 65. So, when you hit submit, it's going to tell you to please enter name. And it focus sets on the name that didn't have one. So we're going to go ahead and put Chris. So now that we've gotten that taken care of, now we've got an issue with name already in use. And the way this is going to work is it's going to check all the names first, and then it's going to check all the grades. So it will not let me move forward because, well, Billy's already in use. So let's go ahead and go Jack for this one. Now if we submit, well, grade must be numeric, so it gets to that one. Now we have everything filled out the way it's supposed to be. Now you can hit submit, and it will give us all this useful data. Additionally, we can store said data in a CSV. It'll tell us that data has been stored. If we go find my project 1 file here, it created a file named grades.csv. This will open up my numbers file, and it tells me everyone's grades, A, B, C, D, F. And next, we can clear text, and we could go again. Alternatively, you can restart the program by hitting this restart program down here, and it takes you right back to here. So that's essentially the crux of the student grade calculator. One of the biggest obstacles I had encountered while doing this was getting all the error systems to run properly. I didn't want it to give the user a ton of error messages right in a row, so I settled on having it give one, show you where the error was, you fix that, show you where the next error was, and so on. The other issue I had was trying to find a way to restart. I ended up using the sys and os functions to do that. So yeah. So that's essentially the student grade calculator. Now let's turn our attention over to my scoreboard. Scoreboard one was honestly a little more fun. I kind of enjoyed this one. So this isn't necessarily based on any necessarily project I've seen before. It wasn't based on any of our school projects. This is more based on the scoreboards you see while watching a game. So, first of all, it has this little row here saying please select sport, and I've chosen to do football, basketball, baseball, or hockey. Let's start with football. So it has these 2 team names, and you can either enter them or you can leave it blank. If you choose to leave it blank, it'll automatically designate the left team as Team A and the right team as Team B. Alternatively, you go ahead and give them names, like, say, Arizona Cardinals versus the Seattle Seahawks. And if you submit again, it adjusts the name. And it also adjusts the spacing a little bit to try to make it look a little nicer. On each side, you will have a score. So you have safety, field goal, touchdown, extra point, 2-point conversion, which I'm not realizing I put the text wrong. We'll fix that later. Anyway, so touchdown will give you 6 points, and then you can hit the extra point. Field goal, you can get 3. Add some to the other team. Safety, the whole shebang. And when you're done, you can hit end game, and it will tell you Arizona Cardinals defeat Seattle Seahawks 19-12. But what if they tied? So say they got a touchdown here. It'll tell you tie game. And then if the other team wins, Seattle Seahawks defeat Arizona Cardinals 21-19. Now, when you're done with that, if you want, you can store this data in a CSV just like we did with the first project. This one will look a little different though. So this will create one named Game Results. I forgot to clear this out beforehand. And it will tell you exactly who won by how much. So yeah, and then you can hit end game. Oh wait, no, restart program's what I want. It will tell you, it'll clear everything out. And you can start a new sport. So you can do basketball. And basketball works the same way as the other one. So you can go, say, Ohio versus Nebraska. Now this one, it's similar in concept. You got 2-point conversion, you got a 3-pointer, and you got, well, not 2-point conversion, a 2-pointer, and then a free throw. Similarly to the last one, you can hit end game. Ohio defeats Nebraska. That gives you the store data in CSV option. You can keep going if you want. End game there. Nebraska defeats Ohio. Free throw. Tie game. Once again, store there. You can also hit reset score. That brings it back to 0. Restart program. That clears out everything. Basketball. So, we're just going to keep it as Team A, Team B from here on out. So, for baseball, you just got to run or you got a grand slam. That's it. Baseball's very simple. So you can do that. End game. Team A defeats Team B 6-5. And then you can, of course, store that. You can end game here, tie game, end game here. Team B defeats Team A. Now for hockey. If you switch sports during game, it'll automatically destroy the old last one similarly. So hockey, just like baseball, very simple, except this time it's just one. You can only get a goal in hockey. You can't get any other type of points. So you can end game, B wins, and then bam. So what I like about this one is there's not really any invalid input you can give, because the only input you give is the team name. So basically, it's as much as you want. Since this would be a user name, the user could enter whatever name they want. If they want to have a number, that's their prerogative. So let's see, reset score, start program. So every one of these has the exact same functions on the bottom part, but with their own scores that get created. All right. So the biggest change on this one from my original presentation was, honestly, its existence. I had very little idea of where I was going to go with. I had very loose ideas on the presentation, and this is what I decided to settle on. So, with that said, on this one, the thing I had the most trouble with was getting it to properly switch between sports. I couldn't quite figure out how to get it to destroy one of these when it created a new one. It always put everything on top of the old one. You could still see, like, for example, when I switched from football to basketball, you could still see the football scores. Like, you could still see safety underneath the two-pointer, and that was very annoying to me. Also, grid placement was a little bit weird. I used grid for this on Tkinter, and I couldn't quite figure out why, but everything was staying in the middle, not spread out like I wanted it. But I got that figured out. I got it done using the grid configure function, which was very helpful. Let's see here. What else do I need to cover? So, conclusion section. Let's see. So this really helped me understand the concept of Tkinter. Both these projects did, and both really helped with specifically the grid functionality and how to lay out stuff to make it for stuff to make sense, as well as how to get an app to switch between different modes. That was something that was having a lot of trouble at the start, but now I think I've got it pretty well down. So that's pretty much it. That's my projects. I will be submitting in the code very soon. So see ya.